Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sideline. A quick check now at the starting lineups for both teams. And breaking down this game, let's not take a look here at Paul Pierce.
You know, as much as anybody in the league, Pierce is able to hit the tough, contested shots. And I think that's because of his strength and his skill level and his ability to knock defenders off balance before rising up and making his jump shot.
And, you know, you said earlier the big buckets down the stretch. Pierce always ready to do that. In the deciding moments of a game, that's when he really separates himself and deserves the moniker, the truth.
Looking at the last game for the Orlando Magic, it was a win against the Pelicans in New Orleans.
And a lot of their scoring in that win came from unexpected places, from guys who don't typically get a lot of minutes.
And you know what?
Early on, and an important one too, guys.
Yeah, and they know how tough a task it's going to be to take on this defense. They've got to focus on that aspect right away.
Well, that's the priority in the scouting report. You face a team this good defensively, you're thinking about how we need to attack it. And then it's a matter of executing once you get out there.
Gordon, the pass to the captain. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the 3. Rebounded by the Wizards. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
And their inside strength was so apparent in that win. They just blocked shots, controlled the lane, did a good job on the glass.
Very alert were they, Steve. Alert, aware, and reacted quickly to shot attempts in the post.
The Magic trailed by 15. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Back to Oladipo. The pass to the captain. That 3 off the mark. And the Wizards with possession. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season.
Well, there was a lot separating these two teams in the standings a year ago, but they played each other to a draw. They split the season series.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Wall. Wide open shot is on the money. Serafin's got his first points of the night.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Huffman in at point guard. Third, John Wall.
He was one of the best distributors of the basketball all season long and was really his team, one of his team's bright spots a year ago.
Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Wall's got 10 points.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Gortat's checked in for Kevin Serafin. Humphries comes in for Nene. And it's Webster in for Paul Pierce. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
What a performance from Bill here. Yeah.
.152 left in the third quarter. The captain passes to Vucevic. Here's Huffman. And good, count it. Before I forget, guys, what did you think about his comments in the press conference after their last game?
You know, I think he said the right things after that first game. It's a big one because it is your first taste of NBA action, but he seemed to keep it all in perspective. It's just one game and a long line of what will be many.
Well, it's important for young guys like that to mature quickly and to understand how the NBA operates, and the fact that you have to keep an even keel throughout the season or you'll go crazy. So it's good that he seems to understand that right away.
Taking a look at the Wizards. Beal teams up with Pierce on the perimeter. Then it's Kevin Serafin. And it's Andre Miller. Number 90. Defended by Gordon. Cannot hit. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. Washington out in front, running away with it. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. You're back, fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
But they're rebounding. They've given themselves a lot of second chances, and it's really...
The Magic shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Huffman, he's in at the point. Fournier out there with Andrew Nicholson. Then there's Channing Frye. And it's Oladipo in at the shoot. Oh, beautiful.
Boy, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Vucevic a screen on Beal. Vucevic setting the pick for Oladipo. Passes to the captain. Drains the three-pointer. The captain's got 5 points now this quarter.
As far as ball leadership, seemingly been hesitant to lead his first few years in the league, but it's become more prominent the last few years as he's gained more confidence and he's grown more comfortable in his role.
Peyton, he's checked in for the Magic. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
And that'll wrap it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr.
Not a good game from your team tonight. Is there anything positive you can take from a game with a final score as lopsided as this one?
Well, for one thing, we didn't give up. I thought that even when we were down by a lot, every player out there on the court was still giving everything they had. Some games the ball just doesn't bounce your way, but that's never an excuse to mail it in. And I really don't think we did that at all tonight, which is definitely something to be proud of. If we keep giving that kind of effort, we'll win our share of games. Tonight just wasn't.
Live from Orlando, 2K Sports proudly brings you the Magic at Amway Center. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. And breaking down the game, let's take a look here at Amir Johnson.
Well, he's a shot blocker, Kevin, because of his great timing and explosive lift. Amir Johnson has a lot of talent as a big man, particularly at the defensive end of the floor.
And the offensive end, he's relentless in pursuit as well. He's always trying to muscle his way toward the rim, to tip into this shot. Looking at Toronto, they took the win in their last game against the Hawks. And just a 2-point win there. They had to fight tooth and nail for it.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be much of a challenge for them in that game. It seemed like they scored at will. Not much defense that they were facing.
Yep, they had the defense on its heels early the entire game, and actually nearly the entire game, and no matter what unit was out there, looked like a mismatch to me.
And so off the tip, it's And Doris Burke spoke with Jacques Vaughn. BB?
And he said a big factor in this game will be how well they're able to handle Kyle Lowry. He admitted being a fan of his game, saying he's a tough athletic guard who really competes. Defense, rebounding, attack the paint, he'll take it to you. We've got to be ready to match his motor and his aggressiveness. Kevin, are they up to it?
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Now here's Ross. After Mo Harkless's miss, Johnson kicks to Lowry. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. And that's now 7 points for Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry, an inside-outside scoring threat, has become a deadly three-point shooter. Despite his relatively short stature, he's able to drive inside and finish effectively because of that great strength.
The Raptors making a switch here. Williams has checked in.
That bounce pass got him
More energy and enthusiasm.
For the Orlando Magic, they come into this one following a loss to Washington.
I didn't like the defensive game plan they had going into that one. It just seemed out of whack. The matchups were wrong, and they didn't bring the energy necessary either.
You know, it was befuddling to me why they stuck with that, Steve. I mean, they dug themselves a hole, and then they didn't make the changes they should have to get out of it. Didn't make any good adjustments there.
Outstanding job there to absorb the contact and guide it in.
That's how you impose your will against the defender. He came to play.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
Well, you know, he has shot the ball well, but it has not been contagious. And his teammates, they haven't had the same groove, and that's why we're looking at this result so far.
The shot's good from the captain.
that's like a layup for him. He's just wide open.
Rebound by Williams.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
Yeah, and even though it's early, I mean, that's a great sign for them for the rest of the game.
And it's DeRozan missing.
And that's a shot you can't pass up. He should knock that down.
Pass to Harkless. The captain sinks the three-pointer. The captain's got 11 points. And we reach the end of the first quarter. Magic lead by 6. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Left side, DeRozan. The high post shot. The shot by Williams, no good.
Just an enormous advantage for them on the boards.
Guys, the key to the lead, to me, has been they've dominated the glass. It's that simple.
No good from the captain.
That's a shot that he sometimes struggles with, but you can't fault him for taking it when the defense backs off like that. Plays a really difficult cover because if he gets anywhere near the rim, he can finish.
Williams with the ball, and it's Gordon picking him up. Outside Williams. Back to Lowry. On the wing, Williams. From about 16, it's rebounded by the captain. The captain's got 4 rebounds in this game. The shot is off. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first. Third quarter starting here now.
You know, Lowry is playing well.
Patterson. And it's Williams at the point guard.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
You know, the Toronto Raptors found themselves in an interesting position last season. A new front office. They were looking to hit the reset button, and so they trade away Rudy Gay and Andrea Bargnani, and the team actually played better than ever.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Terrence Ross.
Players, whether Vince Carter or Chris Bosh, he's a player who wanted to play for the Raptors, but, you know, the odds were always against that. And in the end, I mean, you know, they did what they were supposed to do, and that's win games.
Missing. Raptors trail by 4. Williams with the ball, and it's Gordon picking him up.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
No good from the captain. Another miss by DeRozan. Orlando, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. The captain passes to Vucevic. Oladipo. They get a hand on it. The Magic need to get a shot off here. The shot's good from the captain. Lowry dishes to DeRozan. Outside for Lowry. Back to DeRozan. Pulls it up. Another miss by DeRozan.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he just clanks the open jumper.
Vucevic, the pass to the captain. Kicks to Oladipo. Vucevic setting the pick for Oladipo. Inside to Vucevic. Up top, Harkless. He's guarded by Johnson. Here's Huffman. And he hits it to tie the game up. The captain's got 22. And the Raptors lead by 8. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Raptors.
Their activity at the defensive end, Pickard. You know sometimes the frustration can show in a game like this. And I think that's what we're seeing right here.
And so it's Toronto winning this one. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us.
You had 23 points. Although your team didn't get the win, you seem to be making your mark offensively. Is it a little frustrating knowing that you were getting the job done and some of your teammates weren't?
Yeah, it was frustrating. I mean, I could score 30 or 40 if that's what it's going to take. But then you guys start getting on me about being a ball hog. It's a catch-22, man. Then again, I couldn't care less what you guys are saying, so let me just throw it out there right now. Next time out, you're going to see a big game from me. I'm going for 40, and I'm leading us to the win. Mark it down, baby.